Hello everyone, welcome back. So today's topic is sequence, and I'll be discussing some exam style questions with you. I have already made one more video based on the same topic, so you can go through it if you want. And today's the topic will be totally based on exam perspective. So let's start. So here the question says these are the first four term of the sequence, and we have to find out the next term. You know that there are two type of sequence. One is arithmetic sequence, other is geometric sequence. And the sequence which have a difference, common difference of positive and negative, it is called as arithmetic sequence. And the sequence which has a common ratio of multiplication and division, it is called as geometric sequence. For example, if let's say I am taking 2, 4, 6, 8, the difference is plus, right? Plus 2 plus 2 plus 2. This is called as common difference. It is only in the case of arithmetic. Okay. For the case of geometric sequence, the name that is taken here, common difference, will change into common ratio. Let's say the multiplication is there. Let's say it's 2, 4, 8, 16. You can see the sequence follows multiplication of 2. So we'll be calling this, instead of we'll be calling this as common difference, we'll be calling it as common ratio. And it can also be division. Here this can be either subtraction or addition. Here it can be either multiplication or division. So this is what the basic difference between the arithmetic and the geometric sequence. So as you can see, this question is based on arithmetic sequence, as the difference is given in negative of 4. The common difference is negative 4. You can see you should always subtract. You should also always to find out the common difference between the two numbers, you have to subtract the second second term with the first term. So let's say if I am having 2, 4, 6, 8. So this is first term, this is second term, this is third term, and this is fourth term. You all know this, right? So to find out the common difference, you have to subtract the second term with the first term, right? Don't subtract the first term with the second. If you make 2 minus of 4, it will be minus 2, right? This will be wrong. You have to subtract the second term, that is 4, minus of the first term, that is 2. The common difference is 2 for this case, in this case, right? So always remember that whenever you are finding common difference, you should subtract the second term with the first term. So in this case, the second term is 7 and the first term is 11. So if I subtract 7 with 11, I'll be getting a difference of minus of 4. Same way, you can also subtract 3 with 7. You will again get minus 4. Minus 1, minus 3 gives you minus 4. So the common difference between these two numbers, the two terms, are minus 4. And they are asking what is the next term. So what will be the next term? Actually, next term, if I subtract this minus 4 with minus of 1, I'll get the next term, right? Because the difference is minus 4, right? So the next term should be minus of 5, correct? Minus of 1, minus of 4. If I subtract the common difference with the last term, I'll get the next term, that is minus 5. So that is the next term. And to find out the term to term rule, we know that what we are doing, we are subtracting with minus 4. So we'll be writing subtracting negative 4. So that's what the term to term rule is. And to find out the nth term, the third part says find the nth term of the sequence. To find out the nth term of the sequence, we have two methods to do. Any of the way you can select. I'll teach you both the way together, so you can select your the best way that you feel easy with. So let's say this is the sequence 11, 7, 3, minus 1, minus 5. The minus 5 is my sequence, is the answer. That I will not write it here. So let's say this is the sequence and I want to find out the nth term using means without formula will find out the nth term. So what we have to do is we have to find out the previous number that should come, that is the previous number of 11. What will be the previous number? Actually we are subtracting with minus 4, right? So to get the previous number we should add with 4, right? So the previous number should be 15. Then only the 15 minus of 4 gives you 11, right? So whatever the previous term you're getting, that number and the common difference will be used to find out the nth term. How you will write? You will just add n to the common difference. Okay, common difference is 4, so you will add minus 4 is the common difference, you will add n to the common difference. Okay, just n to the common difference, and you will write the previous term of the first term. The previous term is 15 now, so plus 15. So this is your nth term. Or if you are not comfortable in this, we'll also do using the formula method. So the formula method is, the formula says, you have to remember this formula, an equals to a plus n minus 1 into d. This is the formula, you can use this formula. So a will be the first term and d will be the difference between the two terms, right? So what will be the nth term? So the first term is 11, you know, and n minus 1, and d difference is minus 4. So expanding the bracket, you'll get minus 4n plus of 4. You can see that for 11 plus 4 is 15 minus of 4n. The same answer we are getting in both the case. Minus 4n plus 15, 15 minus of 4n, both are same. So either you can use the formula method to find out, or you can use direct way of finding the nth term. I gave you both the option to you. You can select any one that is easy for you. So the next question is, the nth term of the different sequence is 2n divided by n plus 1. Find the difference between 5th term and 6th term of the sequence. This is another sequence, it's given here. Another sequence is given, that is 2n divided by n plus 1. So we have to find out the difference between the 5th and the 6th term of this particular nth term. So you know that this is nth term, right? And if I put the value of n as 5, I'll get the 5th term. So I'll put value of n as 5 now to get the 5th term, right? I'm working for 5th term. So I'll put the value of n as 5 in this nth term. 2 into 5 divided by 5 plus 1. So I get the answer, 5 times 2 is 10, 5 plus 1 6. If I cancel further, it should be divided by 5 times 2 is 10, 3 times 2 is 6. And I'm getting the 5th term of this particular nth term is 5 by 3. And if I put n as 6, I'll get 6th term, correct? So 2 into 6 divided by 6 plus 1, that is equals to 12 divided by 7. So I'm getting here the 5th term as 5 by 3 and the 6th term as 12 by 7. So we need to find out the difference between these two terms, right? So the difference we have to subtract. So if I subtract 12 by 7 with 5 by 3, I'll get the answer. You can use a calculator or directly by cross multiplication. I'm cross multiplying. 7 times 5 is 35, 12 times 3 is 36, minus of 35 divided by 7 times 3 is 21. So you got the answer as 1 by 21. So the difference between 5th and the 6th term is 1 by 21. Okay, this question is really interesting. You should understand this. Is 3 by 4 a term in this sequence they are asking? So which sequence they are asking? This is the sequence. This is the nth terms. So this is nth term 2n n plus 1. They are asking that is 3 by 4 a term in this sequence or not. So let us say that this is a term. Okay, let us say this is a term. If this is a term, this can be equated with, if this is a term, right, we can equate this with what? 3 by 4. Correct. Let's say that this is a term in the sequence. So if it is a term, then we can equate it to 3 by 4, right? So if I equate it and try to find out the value of n, I should get the value of n as a proper irrational number. Proper means integer, right? We should not get any number that is by it has a rational numbers or something. It should not be in the fractions, or it cannot be in any other form. It can be in the form of integers, right? Or the natural number that we call as. So let's multiply it, cross multiply it to find out. So if I multiply this, I am getting this as 4 times 2 is 8 into n, and if I multiply this one, I will be getting 3n plus 3. You can just do it with one more step. I just did directly. So okay, I'll do it for you because some students may have problem with this. So n plus 1 when get multiplied with 3 outside, and here for 2n when get multiplied with 4. So this get multiplied 3n plus 3 equals to 4 times 2 is 8. The same thing I have written over the bottom. So just cross multiply I have done. So in this case, what I am getting the value of n as, so 8n minus of 3n, pairing the like term, equals to 3. 8n minus 3n is 5n equals to 3. So I'm getting the value of n as 3 by 5, which is not possible because term the sequence can neither be can not be in the form of rational. Okay, it should be in the form of integers, right? Natural numbers or integers or whole numbers. It cannot be in the form of irrational numbers. So if I say first term, right, second term, third term, fourth term, I don't say 1.5 term, 2.6 term, right? It cannot be in the decimal or rational numbers. So 3 by 5 cannot be the term in the sequence. So that's why 3 by 4 is also not possible in the in term of the sequence. Okay, that's all. Let's do next question. So in this you can see we have a square sequence or cube sequence. I think it's a cube sequence. It's giving me 1 cube is 1, 2 cube is 8, 3 cube is 27, and 4 cube is 64, right? So here I should get 5 cube, and 5 cube is what? 125. So the fifth term is 125. So what is the nth term? So nth term is n cube. Got it? So you should able to identify the nth term by seeing the sequence. Let's say I have square term. Let's say I have 1, 4, 9, 16. So I have, what will be the nth term for this sequence? Nth term will be what? Because this is 1 square, this is 2 square, this is 3 square, this is 4 square, right? So the nth term should be n square. Same way, if it is cube, 1 cube is 1, 2 cube is 8, 3 cube is 27, 4 cube is 64. What is the nth term for this sequence? Nth term for, because this is 1 cube, 2 cube, 3 cube, 4 cubes, the nth term should be n cube, right? So same way, we got this answer as n cube for the term. And let's do the next question. So this is 5, this is 11. So let's add and check. 5 plus 6 is 11, 11 plus 6 is 17, 17 plus 6 is 23, and the next term should be 23 plus 6 should be equals to 29. And what will be the sequence actually? Actually we are adding 6 to it, right? So for finding without the formula method, I should subtract 6 to it and I will get -1, right? And with this common difference, I'll put n, -1 plus 6n. Okay, if you don't understand this, let's also try with formula method. So formula method says an equals to a plus n minus 1 into d, where the first term is this one, 5 plus n minus 1 into d, difference is plus 6, so 5 plus 6n minus 6, so 5 minus 6 is this minus this is -1 plus 6n. See, same answer. So either you can use formula method or you can use this method to find out, without formula method to find out. Hope you understood how I find out in both the way. And in this particular case, let's find out what is the thing happening. So this is actually multiplied by 2. This is also multiplied by 2. This is also multiplied by 2. This is also multiplied by 2, right? Or we can say that this is divisible by 2, because multiplication is the case of division also, right? If I divide 0.5 with 2, I am getting 0.25. If I divide 1 with 2, I'll get 0.5. If I divide 2 with 1, I'll get 2. So sorry, 0.5 with 2, 0.25, I'll get 2. Yeah, that's what the thing is. 2 divided by 1 is 2 and 4 divided by 2 is 2. So if you are writing multiply by 2 or division by 2, both will work. Here you should know one formula, that is ratio formula. And the ratio formula, let's say I have 2, 4, 8, 16. So what is happening? The second term divided by the first term gives you divided by 2, and the second term, this term divided by this gives you divided by 2. This term, this 16 divided by 8 is divided by 2. The difference, common ratio difference, the first in the first questions, during the first question I just explained you geometric sequence. Do you remember that? So in geometric sequence there is no common difference, it is called as common ratio. So there is a formula for find out to find out the nth term for the common ratio. For example, this is the sequence 2, 4, 8, 16, and the common ratio is divided by 2, 2. So we can use this formula AR n minus 1 to find out the nth term. So A will be the first term, 2, and R will be the common ratio, that is again 2 here, and n minus of 1. So this will be the answer for this case. So what you have to remember, let me make it much more clear to you. You should first find out whether it is having a common difference or common ratio. So I have noticed in this particular question, I have noticed that this is having common ratio, right? Because if I divide 5 with 0.5, I'll get divided by 2. If I divide 1 with 0.5, I'll get divided by 2. If I divide 2 with 1, I'll get 2. If that is divided by 2. If I get 4 with 2, I'll get divided by 2. So it is having a common ratio of 2. So what I will use a formula that is AR n minus 1 to find out the nth term, because they are asking nth term to us. So what is A? A is the first term. The first term is what? 0.25, correct? And what is ratio? R is the common ratio, right? That is 2, and n minus of 1. So finally we can land up with this answer. We got the answer as 0.25 into 2 raised to power n minus of 1. Okay, so you can verify just by putting the value of n as 1, 2, 3, 4, and you will get the sequence. So at last you should know these formulas, AR n minus of 1 to find out the common ratio, A plus n minus 1 into D to find out the common difference. Okay, so the next question we will do, I need some space here, so I'll write this. So in this question, you can see, I'll erase this one. Okay, you can see here what is happening. 5 minus of 0.25 gives you 4.75. 11 minus of 0.5 gives you 10.5. 17 minus 1 gives you 16. 23 minus 2 gives you 21. Here I got 29, so 29 minus 4 gives you 25. So the term is actually subtracted by the B and C, and I am getting D, right? So what we have to, how can we find out the nth term? So nth term is very simple. So nth term is this divided by this, right? So I can write minus 1 plus 6n for this one, minus 1 plus 6n divided by, oh sorry, subtracted by, it's not division, it's not division. We are subtracting b with c, right? Actually we are subtracting b with we are subtracting b minus c. So b, the nth term for b is minus 1 plus 6n, that I have to subtract with this one, 0.525 into 2 raised to power n minus of 1. So this will be your answer in this case. Why I subtracted, I just explained you, because every term is actually subtracted b minus of c, 5 minus 0.25, like that. So yeah, we finished this question. Let's move. Okay. See, wherever we have 4 9, okay, so this is not a square because it cannot be the square, because I'm having 14 over here. So what can be the sequence? Let's find out by subtract. It can be even the arithmetic sequence. Okay, so 4 plus 5 is 9, and 9 plus 5 is 14, 14 plus 5 is 19, and 19 plus 5 is 24. Yeah, this is actually arithmetic sequence. To find out the arithmetic sequence nth term, you can subtract this with 4 minus of 5 is minus 1, and minus 1 plus of 5n. 5n is came from this one, I just put n on it. So this is nth term. If you want to do with the formula method says a n equals to a plus n minus of 1 into d. The first term is 4 plus n minus 1 to d is 5, 4 plus 5n minus of 5. So 4 minus of 5 is minus 1 plus 5n. Same answer we got it. See, 1 minus 1 plus 5n. So anyway, you will end up with the same answer. So you don't have to worry about this. You can do any method. Then the next question is 3, 10, 29, 66. Actually, your vision, your idea should be much more clear. You know that if I'm having a sequence, try to understand, if I'm having a sequence like 1, 4, 9, 16. So what is the nth term for this? It is having 1 square, 2 square, 3 square, 4 square. Definitely you will say the nth term is n square, correct? But if I'm having 2 over here, if I'm having 5 over here, if I'm having 10 over here, if I'm having 17 over here, what is happening? This is actually n square plus 1. It is 1 square plus 1, right? It is 2 square plus 1. It is 3 square plus 1. It is 4 square plus 1. 4 square is 16, 16 plus 1. So what will be the nth term? N square plus 1, correct? Same way it can be subtracted also. N square is this one. So if I write 0, 3, 8, 15, what is happening? In this case, I'm having n square minus 1, right? Because can you see that n 1 square is 1, but I have 0, so 1 square. So the nth term will be n square minus 1. Same way it can be in the case of cube also. I'll just give you a brief introduction of that also. 1, 8, 27. Then we have 64. This is cube, right? 1 cube, 2 cube, 3 cube, 4 cube. So nth term will be n cube. But if I write this as 0, if I write this as 7, if I write this as 26, if I write this as 63, then you will say n cube minus 1 is the nth term, because 1 is subtracted from the n cube. So keeping this basic idea, let's do questions based on this. The question says 3, 10, 27, 29, 66. Not necessarily that you will always get n square plus 1 or n cube plus 1. You may even get n square plus 4. You can also get n square plus 5. So you have to be like you have to think very widely to get the answer. So in this case, I can see that this is near to 1 square, this is near to 2 square, this is also near to 3 square. Actually it is not square because it should be cube, right? Yeah, so I got it. You should also able to identify. It is 1 cube plus 2. It is 2 cube. 2 cube is 8, right? 8 cube 8 2 cube is 8. 8 plus 2 is 10. So 3 cube is 27. 27 plus 2 is 29. and 4 cube is 64, and 64 plus 2. So what is the sequence actually? In this we'll be getting 5 cube plus 2. 5 cube is 125, 125 plus 2 is 127, and the nth term is n cube plus 2. Got it? Because we are writing 1 cube plus 2, 2 cube plus 2, 3 cube plus 2, 4 cube plus 2, so nth term will be n cube plus 2. I guess you understand this. And for the, it's 127, I can write the answer for. And for this case also you have to check. It looks like a square, 1 square, 2 square, 3. So it cannot be square because I have 1 square, 1, 2 square is 4, but I'm not having 3 square is 9. But instead of that I'm having 16. So some other trick is used here. So let's find out the ratio also. It looks like division by 4. Yeah, 4 divided by 1 is 4, 16 divided by 4 is 4, 64 divided by 16 is 4. So it is divided by 4, or we can say that multiply by 4. Yeah, yes, 64 divided by 4 is 16. Yes, all is correct. So what will be the next term? 64 times 4. So 4 4s are 16, and 24, 25, 256, right? 64 times 4 is, yeah, 256. And the next that the nth term will be, actually, if we have a common ratio, then we should be able to find out using this formula AR n minus of 1. As I told you in the last question also, you should use AR n minus of 1 formula to find out the nth term of the geometric sequence. Yes, so A will be the first term, that is 1, and R will be the common ratio, that is 4, and n minus of 1 you can write as this as n minus of 1. So you can also verify by just putting the value of n as 2 or 1 or 3 or whatever, I should get the answer. So 1 into 4 raised to power, let's say I'm getting 2, so 2 minus of 1 is 1, so the second term is 4. Yeah, it's correct. So the nth term is, I don't have to write 1 uh, because 1 multiplied by any number is 1, so I'll write 4 into n minus of 1. I got it from AR n minus of 1. You have to keep this in mind. So we'll do one more question, and I know there will be more questions, so I'll be uh, having two parts for this. So this will be the last question I'll be discussing in this video. Okay, so this sequence follows arithmetic or geometric 13. Yeah, it has minus of 4, minus of 4, minus of 4, and minus of 4 gives you 1 minus of minus 1 minus of 4 gives you minus of 3, right? Yeah, so this is the sequence, and we can use uh, without formula method to do this. So I can add this with 4, I'll get 17 minus of 4 and as the nth term. I think you understood. We are doing since last few questions the same type. So yeah, then this sequence follows what the second I'm doing second. So 0 0 7 26. You should know that 63 is nearby 64 and 26 is nearby 27, 7 is nearby 8. So something like cubic sequences there, and it is actually 1 cube is 1 minus of 1. Yeah, it is 1 cube minus 1. It is 2 cube is 8 minus of 1, and this is 3 cube minus of 3 cube is 27 minus of 1, and 4 cube is 64 minus of 1. So it should be 5 cube minus of 1. It is 124. 5 cube is 125, so minus of 1 is that. So we'll be writing n cube minus of 1 as the nth term. So okay, so one more thing that you should know, that this for this type of question, when there is a rational numbers like 7 by 8, 8 by 16, 9 by 32. You can individually do the work. You can, let's say the top number, you can calculate it first. What is the nth term for this? So this have plus 1, plus 1, uh, plus 1 on this, right? And after that you can individually do this. What is happening? Into 2, into 2, into 2. So if you do individually, you'll get the answer. You don't have to divide and make it into decimal, and don't make complicated or confusion. So you should you can do it individually. So this is the case. 7 is added to 1 gives you 8, 8 is added to 1 gives you 9, 9 is added to 1 gives you 10, so 10 will be added to 1 gives you 11, right? Same way here, 8 will be multiplied by 2, 16 will be multiplied by 2 to get 32, 32 times 2 is 64, 60 times 64 times 2 is 128. So what is the nth term? For the case of, to find out the nth term, we can actually write two nth term, over the top different nth term and over the bottom different nth term. What is happening over the top? Over the top, the arithmetic sequence is following. So 7 minus 1 is 6, and 6 plus of n, right? 1 into n is n. And over the bottom we have AR and minus of 1, that is geometric sequence, because it is multiplied by 2, or we can say divide by 2, because 16 divided by 2 is 8, right? Anyway, it will come the same answer. So 16 divided by 2 is 8, or 32 divided by 2 is 16, or we can say that 8 times 2 is 16, 16 times 2 is, either we go forward we will get the same answer, or come backward we will get the same answer. So but the concept remains the same, that is AR and minus of 1, and the first term is 8 and R is 2 and n minus of 1. So you can write 8 into 2 raised to power n minus of 1. Many of the solutions are further solved in this case. For example, 8 can be written as 2 raised to power 3, right? So you know that the bases are same, you can add the powers. So 2 raised to power n minus of 1 plus of 3. So it should give me 2 raised to power n plus 2, right? So either you can write this answer, this will also be accepted, or you can write 6 plus n. Instead of writing 8, you can write it as 2n plus 2. Both are correct. Okay, further I have just expanded this 8, I expanded it as 2 cube, and we just added because the bases are same in multiplication. Okay, so let's do the last question of this. So we have a sequence p by q, and what will be the next sequence of this, and you have to find out in term of p and q. So if we have a sequence as p by q, the next sequence in this case is what actually they are asking in the sequence c. In the sequence c, what is happening in the sequence c? Over the top we are adding 1 to it, and over the bottom we are multiplying 2 to it. So if any term we have it as p by q, so the next term will be over the top, it will be added, that is p plus 1 to it, and over the bottom it will be multiplied with the previous term, that is q. So if p by q is the term, the next term will be p plus 1 over 2q. So answer is p plus 1 divided by 2q. So I hope this video is clear to you, all the topic is well clear to you. To get more videos, you can subscribe the channel, and thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you.